now we can go. So we get a decent rollout. Always use your grapple here at the start of the game, just so that you get out of the spawn doors faster, and you can start scouting, setting up for an engage. And I like your pathing already. Would have probably set up over here at the start just so that you can get some scouting info. I guess if you want to be sneaky and you don't want to be seen at all, then doing what you're doing is good as well. But then you definitely need to be aware of what it is you're jumping into. Because if you get no scouting info and you don't know what kind of heroes the enemy team has, then you'll definitely end up in some pretty bad situations if you decide to jump in a little bit earlier. So either waiting the full 15 seconds until you can press tab and check what the enemy team is running, or try to scout somehow, or have a team that tells you as soon as they see it. That also works, of course. And if we just take a look at our team here, how are we going to play as a ball in this kind of composition? So most likely we're going to have the McCree, the Lucio, and the Mercy play together. Mercy pocketing the McCree, maybe pocketing the Widow a little bit if she's close by, but the Widow should probably be taking some kind of crossfire angle, standing a little bit further away, so that she can get some, draw some attention towards her, so that puts less focus onto the McCree, and they can both pop off somehow. But what do we as balls do, or as a wrecking ball player? Before we know what they run, we can't really decide on a playstyle, to be honest, because ball is very versatile. You have a lot of options, you can do a lot of things, but usually what you're best at is assassinating squishes, and especially if they have these weak kinds of backlines. So Mercy Zen is actually the best kind of backline for a ball player, because the Zen and the Mercy can't really do anything to you. They can, yes, the Mercy can fly away. She's not really going to deal any damage to you. The Zen can discord you and help kill you, but you're going to have so much HP that he alone, even with the McCree, even if you get flashbanged, you'll probably still survive. So this is actually looking really good for you, as long as you manage to find the slams onto Zen for the most part. The most part, it's going to be Zen. Try to find the Zen if he's standing alone. If he's standing next to the McCree, then you might need to be a little bit more sneaky. Maybe go for the Ash Mercy. There's going to be a high chance that these two guys will be playing together and pocketing each other. So in that case, try to go for the slams on these guys and just be a general nuisance, because they don't really have a lot of healing. So it's important that we're just dealing damage. And you can, of course, take a look at what your team is doing, where they're positioned, so that you know when Ball and Genji try to go for engages. These are kind of the only two heroes that can actually go aggressive into your backline. So keep an eye on these guys, and then take a look if there's an opportunity for you to maybe roll back. Maybe you create some space, you roll in here, maybe you slam their Zen or something, and then you roll away, take the Mega over here, and then you roll back to your team and you see the Genji is inside of your backline. Well, then you roll into the Genji, you help a little bit with the backline. You're going to be very versatile. You'll have a lot of space to work with. Definitely make use of this Mega right here, the Mega inside the room over here, and then the Mega that is in the room on the other side. You're going to be spinning around these Megas all the time, and especially the ones in their backline as well that you have in here. Okay, see what happens. So we definitely went way too early. You're going for the counter dive style, which works out in this situation because the enemy ball went way too early. So the enemy ball made a huge mistake, went way too early. It was all alone against all 6 of you. That's a 6 versus 1, easy peasy for you guys. The thing is though, that you were probably not needed. They could definitely deal with this ball 5 versus 1. No problems at all. What you need to be doing instead, and especially together with the monkey, is to deny their long range damage. So deny like their Zen, their McCree, their Ash. You don't actually need to help. these guys, since your backline should be able to handle that alone. In this situation, it worked out fine, but as you just saw, like the enemy team hasn't even... Oh shit, that was way far back. But yeah, you can see the entire enemy team is over here. They haven't even pushed in yet. There's only a Genji on his way to point, and there's a ball on his way towards your team. Yeah, you take a lot of spam damage from their range. You get the slam, you get a little bit of damage onto him, but he was probably dead anyway. And meanwhile, this happens. So instead of just adding another person to an already favorable, advantaged like situation, you should instead be looking towards what you can be doing to get more value, which is slamming their squishes. So if you instead wait as these guys try to push up here, like the Zen, the Mercy, the Ashe, the McCree, they're all going to be walking towards point here. And as the ball feeds into the rest of your team, you create space by grabbing these guys' attention. So as they walk up the stairs here, you slam down into them, you pop your E, you maybe even just slam through them so they get booped to the side. You don't have to always pile drive when you engage. And that way they will be shooting at you. You'll probably get flashbanged. And while your team kills their ball because he fucked up, you will have made it impossible for them to kill anyone on your team. But instead, what happens is that two persons on your team gets killed while you add pretty much nothing of value to the actual kill on the ball. This is just regular comp, like 3800 lumen. Wait, Alpha, YouTube copy strike your POV. What? How? Wait, do you listen to music or something? You have like copyrighted music? That could be why. I was playing music in the back. Yeah, okay. Unlucky, dude. And now we have lost 3 people and now we die. So indeed, that was only realizing and recognizing what your job or what your purpose is in the team comp. And your purpose is to gain the attention and try to harass or even kill the squishes on the enemy team. That's your purpose. The spinning around. Yeah, so like you have control over points, so spinning around is kind of fine. You're still gathering capture percentage. You actually get a kill on the Zen. Oh, what is this disaster? 52%. Finally, they got it. Okay, I don't. There's nothing wrong with doing the spinning around when you have control over point. Like you're getting more capture percentage, and that's what you're after. Okay, now we need to regroup, chill for our team, and then once again remember our purpose. Our purpose is to try and catch some of these guys. Ideally, this one. Ideally, you want to force out trans now, if it's possible. But jumping these guys is also definitely viable. So what can we actually see here? If I pause this, move back here. From this angle, you can see the Zen alone here, Genji, and then we see the trio. So we had these 4 targets, right? Zen, McCree, Mercy, and Ashe. Those are the 4 targets that we want to go on. And these 4 targets... Oh, shit. These 4 targets... If you get to decide now, where do you want to slam? Who would you rather go on? If we look at these kinds of or at this angle, what we've got here, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? I would say, since Zen has trans and he's alone, there's no McCree in sight. You would rather not pile drive into this. because unfortunately you'll get flashbang, you'll get discorded, and you'll probably get deleted very quickly. But Mr. Zen over here, Mr. Zen's all alone. McCree is way too far away to actually be able to flashbang, and if you do it correctly, you might actually force out a trance, or at least scaring the shit out of them. Maybe you even get a kill if he thinks like, oh, I don't want to trance, just a solo ball engage, and then he dies, and then you cap point. How many VODs I'm reviewing? I'm gonna review 3 VODs. So they usually take around 1 hour, so that's why I usually sell for 3 VODs per evening. But okay, let's see what he decides to go for. It goes for no slam. They do pop the trance anyway, though. And then we are shooting the ball. Nice, destroying all the mines. Oh, but then feed a little bit. Oh, that was huge. That was beautiful. Slamming the Ash Mercy. Easy kills. Nice. Using the melees when in range. Definitely worth it. Reloading by going into ball form. So far, so good, actually. Once again, goes for the counter dive. It was actually lucky timing here because of the blade. It was obviously not meant to be for the blade. The intent here was just to counter dive the ball, which isn't your job at all. Once again, like, you counter diving the ball is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be stopping these guys from being effective by taking their attention and slamming onto these guys because they are vulnerable. You can one-shot them if you land the boop into pile drive and then track them while they are falling down. You're gonna get a kill on a swishy. Super easy, super easy. So now you do manage to actually hit the wait, what? Oh no, this is your Ana. Okay. I got confused because they're red. I thought it was an enemy Ana. Okay, so I think you actually managed to slam the Genji blade here too, and that's why he dies. Yeah, you actually managed to slam the Genji blade, luckily, which helped your McCree finish him off, which is nice. But that was just lucky. If you would have intentionally went for the Genji blade, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't look like you have an idea or a plan with who you should go for before the fight starts. You kind of just swing in and see what happens, and then go for the first thing that you see. You wanna reduce or not do as much as possible. Always wanna have a clear goal in mind with every move you make. Ooh, that one was actually pretty cool. That was a really good engage. Nice. Popping off now. That's Zen. Huge. That was really well played. Ooh. Why did he not kill you? It would have been fine. So okay, in this situation, I do not agree at all with spinning around. In this situation, spinning around is actually detrimental to your team. You're doing nothing, and that allows the enemy team to get some space, get some value. So let's see here. How many kills did we get? They get a rest off on the Ash, and you roll away from the team when it's 99. So this is like, it's 99. They have to touch. They have to touch point, and you can already see 3 people aren't even close to touching. Mercy is healing someone that is touching. So in this situation, you just want to focus on actually shooting the target that is on point, that is contesting. Because if all six of you stand safely like around corners and shoot the thing that is contesting, it's gonna die. It's gonna die super fast. And like the McCree or the Ashe and the Mercy or whatever that are standing over here, they have no one to shoot. They have no one to shoot if you're standing around this. You can still have maximum efficiency, maximum value by shooting the things that are on point, and they get 0 value and have to walk onto point before they can shoot you. That's what you want to try and force as much as possible. Where you just roll away from point, you roll away from the objective, roll straight into a dead eye. He could have killed you here. He just held it for a little longer. Not sure why he got scared. And then here, there's a ball on point. There's a pocketed Genji on point. So they are going to be able to like contest. They are going to be able to contest for a while until we actually get some kills. So now we're not in contesting mode anymore. Like this is the last fight. We need to find value. The first fight where you were spinning around, absolutely fine. Like we were kind of losing the fights, and we still had captured the point, so we were getting the capture percentage. And you just spinning around and surviving for as long as possible, that's fine. Of course, you can get a little bit more value trying to do something, but it's fine. You still got 50% capture percentage just from doing that. But now, it's the last fight, 99-96. You have to do stuff. You have to kill people. You have to get value. And they will be able to touch points. They will be able to survive here for quite a while because they have a full HP ball and they have a pocketed Genji right over here that's going to be able to touch. So you need to know in this situation right here, oh shit, okay, I actually need to get some kills. I need to get some value. How do we get value over here? Since we're kind of low, we did get low by spinning around, I believe. No, okay, we got low from the high noon. So yeah, actually going to the either going to your Ana or going to the Mega here. The Mega would probably be better because your Ana is probably busy with the other stuff like shooting the people on point or healing the people on point that are fighting. So going for Megas for the most part, if you have time and if you can, is usually the best since it relieves pressure from your healers to heal you. And they can focus on other things. So taking Mega and then instantly going back to slam onto the squishies. Once again, the Ashes, the McCrees, the Zens, when they try to move to point, this is where you want to engage on them. And then the rest of your 5 teammates can deal with the ball and with the Genji on point. So spinning around is not enough. Our teammates are dying. Spin is not doing very much. And now we're gonna lose. As expected. Jojo, do you want to share some Oreos with me? I would love to. How are we gonna do this? Do we transcend space? You send them to me from the UK? Please do. I would love some Oreos. Everyone can come. Nice. Okay, some more ball. Oh. Okay, this was pretty cool. Gets the boop and the slam on both the Mercy and the Soldier. Why are both teams the same color? This is fucking AIDS. Oh my goodness. Really AIDS. Really blah blah blah. Yes, bro, this is blue on blue. I have no clue who's an enemy and who's a friend. No. Why you do this? Why you do this to me? Dino. Drunk Dino, why you do this? Okay, anyways. I guess the people with health bars are our teammates. People without health bars are our enemies. I have no clue what's going on. What is this? Oh no. Okay. The Genji indeed looked like a teammate. I don't know, Alpha. Ooh, that was a pretty juicy slam. Nice angle coming from an angle that they can't shoot at beforehand. So you get the really good slam, get the kill on the Soldier. Still chasing the Zen here. That should be a kill. Nice, nice, nice. So some juicy, juicy ball play. This is replay system. This is the replay system. Not he probably doesn't play like this. Oh, pretty good. Doing the turnaround to make sure that his slam actually hits. Sorry, my brain just froze. Okay, so far I'm very confused with the colors. Makes it very difficult to say something useful. Scouting info says that they go main and instantly goes to contest soldier. That was a pretty badly timed slam. The reason it is badly timed is because there is no teammate that can actually follow up on it. All of his teammates are still on the high ground or all the way on the right side. They are not in position to do anything to anyone getting slammed over here. And usually, if possible, you want to slam when there are enemies nearby that can actually capitalize on the people getting launched up into the air and then falling down very slowly in a predictable arc. Everybody can hit some easier shots, as you see here with the soldier. He actually gets hooked, so was decent. Grappling a little bit too high, which makes us get stuck. Okay, this map was a very big stomp. Let's watch the next one instead, and let's hope that the colors aren't shit. No. Okay, whatever. Immediately goes for the flank. Okay, let's take a look at the teams this time. So exactly the same thing. Well, I guess Lucio instead of the Zenyatta that we had on the other point here. And our objective is still exactly the same. Still want to slam onto the Mercy and the Ashe if possible, and we want to try and assassinate the McCree if we know that he doesn't have flashbang, or if we have a fat adaptive shield, so we won't die from the solo McCree stunning and fanning us. Because McCree is actually pretty easy to kill, even for a ball. Just gotta make sure that you do it at the correct timing when you have teammates that can follow up, or when he doesn't have teammates that can follow up on his flashbang. So we immediately go for the flank, and now we gotta realize though that our hero is very fast. Our hero is very fast, and the enemies are, as you can see, have just entered through their choke from their spawn, and our teammates have just now started getting close to the point. So now it all comes down to proper engagement timing. So when do we want to engage? We want to engage at the same time as our teammates are putting pressure on point, like trying to actually cap the point, or as they start getting into a team fight. So when the enemy ball goes for an engage, when the enemy Genji maybe goes for an engage, and the snipers starts moving out, snipers, I mean Ashe or the McCree start moving out to take some space and get some angles. So we want to stop the snipers or the long range damage dealers from getting good angles. That's what we want to do. We almost get the boop, but we the timing was actually pretty good. Let's take a look at this again. So what can we actually see here? There's a McCree, there's a Mercy, and then an Ashe over here, and the Genji. Okay, they're all standing in this big pile, shooting towards point. So the engagement timing is actually pretty good. The long range damage dealers have started moving up, and they have started getting some shots in from or onto the point. And our teammates are on point, trying to survive and get control of it. So the timing was really good. The timing was really good, and he's probably done this before, because usually you're gonna see Orisa Hog like set up over here with their Orisa shield. And this boop can usually get you 1 or 2 picks at the start of the game. That's probably why he does this. But in this particular moment, this engage is not actually very good. But just like Alpha says, this is what I was gonna get to. Just like Alpha says here in chat, you can, as you roll over here, you can do the 180 slam onto the choke over here, or not the choke, but onto the Ashe and the Genji here. So yeah, that's some really high level mechanics, but you need to get used to those and then know how you can maneuver the character around. That would have been really cool. Probably wouldn't get a kill out of it unless you're McCree is a PogChamp and hits like shots from. I believe your McCree is standing somewhere. No, never mind. McCree's actually over there, so McCree can't follow up on it either. Oh well. I should demonstrate it for him. Okay. Let's go into the game then. Demonetized. Get into the game. Watch me fail at playing ball. Let's go, dude. So yes, as you roll off a cliff, you turn around and you slam. As you know, you can, like, as soon as you actually, if you're close to some kind of area where you can fall down, you have the ability to instantly activate your control ability. And as you know, you do get a little bit of forward momentum as you press the ability. So even if it can actually look like you are activating the ability, even though you are on the ground. Like that actually looks like I'm just on the ground and just pressing control, and it looks really weird. But this is something that you definitely need to learn to get these little slams off. Especially if you're, like, let's say you're dueling someone up here, you can just fall down and get a slam off like this. It can definitely catch people off guard, because most of the people only know about like doing these big rolls where you're super obvious and then you come for a slam. So knowing these small little techs can definitely be the difference maker. Teach him rolling up walls. I actually don't know how to do it myself. Somehow when you're close to walls you can like jump up somehow and get a slam. I'm not really sure how. Alpha, do you know how you roll up walls? I don't actually know how you do it. You need to have some momentum. Up. No clue, Lumao. I know that it works. Oh, I did it. No. Yeah. It's really inconsistent. I don't know how useful it is. There we go. I did it! I did it. Holy shit, yeah, this is actually hard. This is actually hard to do. Yeah, I don't like that tech. I don't like it at all. If it's that inconsistent, maybe if you're crazy and you practice it for a few hours, you can do it, but yeah. Wanna see me use Moira Fade to get into nutty places? Oh, we could do that sometime, yeah. If we ever get a Moira VOD, let's do that one. Okay, let's see what actually happens here. So yes, we are spinning around on point, and we're not really, we're chasing a ball, shooting a ball. This is not the purpose of the character. There we go. Now we're doing what our character's supposed to do. Putting pressure on the Ashe, forcing her to shoot at us and not at our teammates. And then... No. Okay, we got the ball. Still, the ash is popping off. Oh, nice boop on the bob. That was really nice. Oh, he actually knows about it. He definitely knows about it. This was intentional. Intentionally rolled off the cliff to get the slam off. He knows about the tech. It just looks like it is an issue of recognizing the most important threat on the enemy team and sticking to that threat. Sticking on that person, denying that person from being effective. He has the critical information. Yes, he does not lack the critical information. Huge boop. Oh, mine. No, wait, was that your Genji? Or is it the enemy Genji? I have no clue. I hate these fucking colors, man. Dino. What is this? Is this the enemy Genji? Graphic mechs. Yes, that's the enemy Genji. Okay. Did he get hooked? Oh no, it's the whole hog. Okay. Actually, a very good counter to the Genji blade is your mines, especially if you can mine around your supports. Like, there's nothing the Genji can do. Okay, and we do manage to kill the Genji. Our supports are alive outside of point. And we go for the McCree a little bit too early. We just had 2 teammates coming out of spawn that were ready to follow up on some damage. A little bit unfortunate. Oh, that was close. I actually thought he was gonna slam down into the abyss. Oh, the boop again. Really good job finding these sneaky boops, but still not really doing the job of your character. You gotta think about like your team comp. So think about the heroes that you have. You have an Orisa, you have a Roadhog, and you have like Ana Lucio. These guys are most likely going to be playing around point. You're gonna have the Orisa Hog play together on point with the Ana and the Lucio to try and look for like pull hooks, to have point presence, and to keep each other alive. Yes. And the Lucio is actually here for the boop potential. So you don't actually need to look for these things. Yeah, I know that it's fun to boot people off, and I know it can definitely clutch out some games. And I'm not saying you should never go for these, but you gotta realize that it is not your job in this game. You have very, very, very little actual damage, actual long-range damage on your team. So getting kills on like the Ashe or a McCree or something standing up here, or a Zen in this case, it's gonna be very hard for your team unless they hit pull hooks. So you actually need to realize here that your job is more about controlling this area of the map. Controlling and taking care of any enemy that tries to set up over here to get good sight lines on the point. So you're gonna need to like take health packs over here in between these engagements and try to slam and try to boop these long range characters off as much as possible. That is what's gonna allow you to win these kinds of games much easier or be more effective. So many blues. Yeah, it's just blue everywhere. I know these colors are actually making me crazy, but the VOD is soon done. They're just rolling through. It's fine. Get some ult charge. Be annoying. That's what balls do. Nice. Scoop and boop. Or boop and scoop. Whatever Yeetle called it. Don't remember. Following up on the pull. It's good. So definitely need some practice as well on the pulls. Sorry, the pulls. The grapples. Looks like you're favoring grappling very high up, which sometimes screws you over. You wanna come in next VOD? Okay, dude. Jump into voice. I'm sitting here all alone, ready to rumble. Oh wait, are you winning this? You're actually winning this. Why are you sending me a victory, man? You're sending me a victory where one of the maps, one of the maps were a complete stomp, and this one was kind of a stomp. Like your team had the advantage the entire time, even though you didn't really do your job. So this is why these kinds of VOD aren't very good to review.